What's going on, guys? JPP Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday. And for today's matchup, I'm bringing you a prankkids versus Drytron gameplay with me as the prankkids player going first. Now, if you guys look at my starting hand, if you see the starting hand, you're thinking to yourself, yo, that's a pretty good starting hand because you have a way to search for your combo starter card and you have two hand traps in your hand with a nib for your opponent's turn as well. This way, if my opponent had Ash Blossom me or nibbed me on my turn right now, I would have been able to cross out plus call by or even max seed me. I would have been able to call by the maxi and kept going with my combo. Now you guys notice I go through two doodle doos over one because I have a card in my hand that I could banish this turn. The card being the Prankkids Place because I already activated one Prankkids Place this turn. I'm not too worried about having Prankkids Place in my hand or not for next turn. So that's why I chose to go through two doodle doos. The second reason being the two doodle doos allows you to use your Prankkids pranks at the end of your turn to recycle cards without using up your Meowmoo in the graveyard and still leaves you enough cards in the graveyard to use your Bow Bark on your opponent's turn. So this is going to be towards the end of my combo. My opponent has not shown me any hand traps so far, so I'm thinking maybe my opponent has starter cards in his hand. Maybe my opponent is playing a back row set. Maybe my opponent is even playing a trap or burn deck. We don't know for sure. So my end board right here is Bow Bark Fancies, the Prankkids Active Panda set. That's your standard one card combo board set. The Place, the Crossout, plus the Call By are really good cards to have on the field that I did have access to on my turn. So this is going to be my end turn. On my opponent's draw phase, first of all, activate Maxi, which my opponent uses Call By. Now this is where something funny happens, okay? This is this was something that happened that I did not intend to do. So you guys will, if you guys already noticed it, then you know. But I'll tell you what I did wrong. So Bow Bark gets me the two cards I need for my Butler combo into my hand. Now I did tell you guys before that you want to get all three of your Prankkids monster for the Butler combo in your hand. This game I believe I played 5 days ago where I did not give you that tip. I gave you that tip later, like once I played another 2 days and then it hit me. You should do it that way. But so that's why this is why it happened this way. Anyways, with the cross out, you'll see I crossed out a maxi, and what did I start the draw phase with? By activating my own maxi. I wanted to use the cross out to cross out my opponent's Call by the Grave, but I accidentally selected maxi over Call by the Grave. It happened really funny, but it turned out to be sort of a good play as well. You guys will see later down the line. I'll show you why it turned out to be a pretty good play instead of being a straight up error or misplay on my part. So the maxi negated because I banished a maxi as well from my end. So my opponent starts off his turn by activating the Cyber Emergency. This lets me know he's either playing Drytron or Cyber Dragon. Now, over here, since I did not have the Fancies in my hand, I was kind of forced to use Panda right now to go into my Butler because I did not want him to go into Move Beta Fafnir and then go into Butler to kill off his Move Beta Fafnir at that point. If he was playing Cyber Dragons, I did not want him to have access to his cards, so that's why the Pandemonium play right there. Once the resolution happened, it hits me that he's playing Drytron because I saw him search for the Alpha. But what's done's done, so my Pandemonium's activated. I can't use Nib anymore because I'm locked into Prankkids monsters only. That's still fine as well. I get two dropsies on the field with one Fancies. As you guys know, I love going into Totally Awesome on my next turn if I could do so. But right here, I used Call by the Grave to banish his Cyber Angel Benton. This turned out to be a pretty good play because, as you guys know, Drytron players play Cyber Angel Natasha. Now what does Natasha do? Natasha banishes one Cyber Angel from their graveyard to yoink one card from your side onto their side. And what card would the Drytron player target? Obviously it's going to be our Butler. So the Cyber Angel Benton banish off of the Call By, if I had used my Crossout to negate my opponent's Call By, I would not have been able to do this play of banishing the Cyber Angel Benton on my turn. Yes, I could have done it on next turn, but this turned out to be a pretty good play. Yes, I'm not drawing cards off of Maxi, but that's still fine. I have my combo pieces on the field anyways. He goes into the Lurlisk and tries to attack me in the face. Now, we know this will end up with a Zeus. As soon as you see the Assembled Nightingale on the field, if a Drytron player does go into the Assembled Nightingale, that means they want to go into Zeus to clear out the whole board. So I activate it. He goes into battle phase, tries to attack me. I activate my Butler, go into pop his Nightingale. He activates Nightingale to make it immune to card destruction effects. I use Butler again to pop it off of the field. Now I knew I was hoping he did not have combo extension in his hand, but he did have combo extension in his hand. He had the Gamma, so with the Gamma he goes towards his combo, gets the Draconids on the field, and Draconids could attack every special summon monster once each. Thankfully, my opponent already pushed past his battle phase, so we don't care about that. Now, I draw into Roxas on my draw phase. Instantly, Totally Awesome. As you guys know, Totally Awesome is a negate that stares your opponent in the face, saying, do something, I'll negate you. Really good card to have on the field. And with that, I go into my one card combo using the Fansies that I currently had on my field. Keep in mind, I have not used up my normal summon yet. I still have my normal summon. So I keep Link climbing, going to Doodle-Doo, activate Lamseys, burn it for 5, special out the Roxys from my hand. I had no more Prankkids cards in my deck to special out from my deck. Activate the Doodle-Doo, go and get my Butler plus a monster from my graveyard into my hand, recycle Butler, so that way I could activate the Pranks, get a token, go into Link Spider using the token, and go into Predaplant to get Butler on the field again. So using Predaplant, I go into Thunder Dragon Fusion, and then activate it, go into my Butler, so that way my Butler will have 2 more pops this turn again. Activate my plays, boost up my monsters by 500 attack points. Sadly, I could not go over the Draconids. I don't care if that card is on the field, I could just use my Butler to pop it again. Now my opponent's draw phase, he draws a card. Keep in mind, our Prankkids cards are not immune to destruction through card effect because we did not go through Bow Bark this turn. So, opponent's turn, he activates Drytron Nova to special out the Zeta on the field, activates Alpha in the graveyard, tribute Zeta, gets Alpha on the field, draws into Ultimateness. I'm not using my Butler pop right here because I know that he has combo extension. That's why I waited until he either goes into battle phase or keeps special summoning more stuff on the field, and then I would pop my Butler's pop. He goes into battle phase, which forces out my Butler's pop. I wanted to keep the Totally Awesome on the field. That way Totally Awesome would be staring my opponent again for the negate. He activates Herald of Ultimateness. I'm holding off my Totally Awesome for... It was at this point, okay? I know my opponent has a Natasha in the graveyard. I was in my chat, I was saying, I'm saving my Totally Awesome for the Natasha. But what does Natasha need? Natasha needs to banish a Cyber Angel, which we already banished in turn 2 using Call By. It turned out to be a really good freaking play that we did. Yes, I misplayed, you could call it a misplay, card a troll when I did the Crossout play, but it happened. So, at this point it hit me. He cannot activate Cyber Angel Natasha from his graveyard to yoink my card, because he does not have any Cyber Angel cards to banish. So, what do? I'm waiting for my opponent now to activate his Meteorus Drytron to steal his Meteorus Drytron. He was forced to end his turn. You guys realize this, right? He could have still activated. He has Meteorus Drytron in his hand. He could have activated Meteorus Drytron from his hand to go into Herald of Ultimateness, but I would have used Totally Awesome to negate that and yoink the Meteorus Drytron, leaving him with nothing, and that forced my opponent to end his turn. And he could not even go into battle phase because of it. So on my turn, I activate Predaplant, sacrifice 2,000 life points, go into DP to the freaking E. I only did it this way because I wanted to have enough damage on the field in case he had any kind of negate or something. You can call it a show off or something, like a BM, but it's not. I just wanted to make it's secure that I have the win in the bag and not regret later when my opponent does something to negate something on my side. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the game, guys. If you guys do like this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel for more daily prank and upload videos. And if you are interested in the live part, you guys can check me out at twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule is going to be in the video description itself. With that being said, this is JPBduel signing out for today. See you guys in the next video. Peace!